All right, we have 18 minutes, guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Just doing a couple videos for the rest of the month because I have accomplished in doing every single reading. I'm going to start doing more of the general collective meetings or readings. And I'm going to play with this one. Let's see what comes out. Okay, so this is for the general collective. So every single one of the 13 zodiacs. And I would like clear and concise messages without any interruption, preferably higher vibrational frequency. The lower vibrational frequencies, if you have input, that is great. And we take it with a bit of understanding. Less judgment, okay? Hobby. Okay, a small but strong British falcon. Okay, an active ambling nag, a hobby horse, any favorite object or pursuit. All right, so for instance, doing readings like this or anything like that, when it comes to what you enjoy doing, take up something that brings you a little bit of joy, that sparks something within you. If you've been wanting to learn an instrument, okay, now go be it. There's a lot of things that are expensive right now, and if you know somebody that can teach you something, please do reach out and ask them for help. If somebody's really good at something and you really want to learn more about that, inquire, ask them, reach out to them, okay? Dismantle. To strip, to divest, to unrig, to deprive or strip as of military equipment or defenses, to break down. A lot of the times it's going to come to our ego. We're going to have to break down certain things that we do not want to touch with a 40 fucking foot pole. And it's unfortunate. This comes to when you have vices of your own, things that you perceive as helping you. Let's say you smoke cigarettes or you drink or you do something like that just on occasion. You just do it on occasion, but it's still a habit, right? There's certain things we want to break down because we use them as crutches. Even myself, if I use something out of comfort, it is to make sure I self-soothe, and it's just a form of comfort. Sometimes we have to break out of our comfort zone in order to reach higher vibrational states, in order to excel beyond our means, beyond whatever people have portrayed onto us at an early age, so that we can surpass that. And ultimately it's not necessarily a struggle if we are enjoying it, right? If you're doing something you really love and you have no problem with it, then it's not necessarily a struggle. You're just enjoying yourself. And when people put limitations on you, or they have projected certain unhealed wounds onto you, whether purposefully or unpurposefully. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging anybody here. What I'm saying is those that haven't healed tend to project onto other people their wounds. So if somebody's really insecure about their looks, they may have or feel compelled to judge other people on their looks. If somebody is not really good at reading or writing or something like that, maybe they'll point out mistakes in others out of their own insecurities. And it's not necessarily like they're doing it purposefully. They are, because it's a choice ultimately, but it's more like they haven't acknowledged and healed certain things about themselves, so they're going to project that onto others. Okay, so general collective, what can we get for them? Positive, uplifting information if possible. Cuddle. Okay. Aww, cuddling. To lie close and snug. To hug, to embrace, or to fondle. Okay? So when it comes to being comforted, sometimes the touch, the human touch, is very important. I think we overlook that, and sometimes we sexualize that as something that's supposed to be derogatory or negative. But the thing is, physical touch is very important, especially when we're at a young age, like an infant state. And if we don't get the physical touch, maybe there will feel like a lack of security. And the whole idea of the fight or flight, the whole idea of being in this state where we feel the need to be protected or protect ourselves, even, kind of going within and being in a defense mode is a means of protecting ourselves. If we don't feel secure within ourselves, or the people that are around us we don't trust, or we're having a hard time kind of struggling with the idea of being secure, it really creates a little bit of chaos. And unfortunately, not everybody gets the comfort that we deserve. And yes, comfort is a part of the human nature, but it also can hinder us in the fact that if we are constantly pursuing that form of comfort and not feeling confident within ourselves to go outside of that zone, that we don't always get to see everything that is offered to us. So all the doors and opportunities and things that are provided from the divine universe or God or spirit or whatever you want to say, if we are constantly wanting to be comfortable and we don't break out of that comfort, then we're not always going to get to see all the opportunities that lie in front of us. Okay? That's very cute though. I see it's almost like a teddy bear. Discreet. Prudent, wary, or judacious. If you want to keep your cards to yourself, by all means do so. Don't hold back. Okay? I'm going to go to this one because I want to go over here. For the general collective. Hydrogen. Isotope with an atomic mass of 1. Protium. Okay, so being one within yourself is very important. Obviously, the duality is going to count here. Hydrogen isotope with an atomic. If you ever do anything with the, what do you call that? The periodic table, if you look at the numbers, you can use gematria for that. Or if you look at the numbers below that, okay, there's certain readings you can get off that. If that's something you do, if that's something you enjoy doing, like deciphering and going within certain details or information that's provided for you to get more information of it, do so. Okay, hybrid, you might be a hybrid. Where was I? Hydrogen isotope with an atomic mass of 2. Okay, 1 becomes 2. Chemical removal of oxygen from a compound or adding of hydrogen to it. Reduction. All right. So there may be something that you need to add within yourself so that other people can't take certain things away from you. If that makes sense. That would be a form of protection. So if the more you're loving yourself in high vibrational form, the less other people can come in and take away from that, if that makes sense. Apposition, relationship of 2 nouns or noun phrases, set side by side, the one explaining the other. Socrates, I'm not going to skip the page. The philosopher died after drinking hemlock. Hemlock would be an herb that's poisonous, I believe. So if you're into any kind of herbs, or if you dabble in any of that kitchen magic or anything like that, please be careful. Please be cautious. If you're going to be using herbs, please do all the research that you can possibly do so that you do not inflict harm on others or yourself. If you are having, like, because it almost seems like opposition to me. So there could be other people doing this with you. Be cautious of what you are consuming, is what I'm trying to say. Because other people may be a bit cruel, and they may not be healed, and they may not have your best intentions at mind, okay? Self-soothing. A lot of people will find ways of medicating themselves. If you're going to do so, please make sure you're doing it in moderation. If you're going to be using herbs or anything that is from the garden or anything like that, make sure you do your research so you're not taking the wrong ones. Okay? Rob. See also steal. Rob by force, as in wartime, plunder, pillage, root, ravage, despoil, ransack, or marud. Okay, rob or deprive of, dispossesses or relieve. If somebody is around you that may not be trustworthy, let's say your intuition kicks in and you're like, you know what? I'm not 100% certain of this person. Maybe their intentions are not pure, and I'm picking up on that, but I have no proof. Okay, protect yourself as best you can. You don't have to call all judgment all at once. If that is something that you wish to do, be cautious of that, because you may not know the full extent of why they're doing what they're doing. Try to get understanding of both sides of it, and if you don't want to accept certain things from people, then don't. If there are people around you that have stolen before and you know they are capable of doing it again, please remove yourself in any means necessary, okay? If you need to go somewhere safe, do so. If you need to reach out or build a case for yourself, do so. What else can we get for the general collective? Please be easy on them. There's a lot of harsh messages coming through right now. Let's go more high vibrational, please. Thank you. Aioli. Garlic mayonnaise, okay? That's what I got, sauces. So garlic is, what do they say? That's for vampires, right? And what they teach us when we're little. So garlic has extreme properties that not only are cleansing for the entire system physically, but also have spiritual meaning as well. And they can also ward off certain things. The scent itself is information. Just as a singing bowl, when you hit it, or a bell when it rings, it wards off certain things. So the scent in garlic itself, because it's so pungent, it's so strong, it's so powerful, and the properties of it are so healing, the scent itself can ward off certain things. And that is something to take into account. If we're going to get into herbology or anything like that, really, really do your research. And if you need to incorporate that more in your diet, then do so. And yes, sometimes when you eat garlic, or you eat really like turmeric or certain things, like if your body is cleansed, then you sweat or something like that, it may smell like onions, or it may smell like garlic, or it may smell like something. Don't be like turned off by that. It's just it going through your body. If anything, you know your body is functioning properly, because if it starts smelling like something else, or let's say you're inducing a lot in chemicals, or you're eating a lot of like what do you call that? Processed foods or something like that, then that's going to come out and it's going to be really noticeable, okay? Latin words and phrases continued. Infradig or infradignitiam, okay? Beneath one's dignity. So everything within yourself resides somewhere. Whatever it is that you're holding within yourself can be seen by others, but it's only going to be to the extent of which you allow others to see you. If you stand in your authenticity, your highest vibrational frequency, then that is what's beneath one's dignity, okay? That is what you hold within you. It's almost like your integrity. If somebody is trying to do something to get a rise out of you, or if they're trying to trigger you in some way that has not been healed, then it is on you to do your shadow work so that you remove those triggers, you heal from them and learn where they first started, and then what the lesson is to be learned from them, so they can no longer use it as a handle. Name. Literally name. Your name has a lot of meaning, and it has a lot of frequency in itself. So it carries a lot of energy, a lot of information. So name, a given title, a name or nickname to designate, to nominate, to style. Okay, names such as the name of a city or disease derived from a person's name, or of the person or his or her name. An eponym, name adopted as a disguise. Okay, there's a lot of things we can do to mask ourselves as well, and that includes names. We can hide behind names. There's certain people with high statuses that hide behind names, and they don't fully embody what their name truly means. All right. A false name assumed for a particular purpose or occasion, a pseudonym, an alias, a name de guerre, incognito. All right. Name adopted by an author as to conceal his or her identity, like a pen name or a nom de plume. Name based on one's mother. Name, a metronymic or matronymic. Name derived from the first name of one's father or paternal ancestor, typically within an affix such as son, mac, or ovic. Patronymic. A name explicitly spell out or specify. Name expressing endearment of, often a diminutive of hyperchorism. Name in common use rather than the technical Latin name of a plant or animal. A tribal name or a vernacular name. Name of a category or classic, a rubric. Name of a city or other place used in a foreign language, such as Florence or Firenze. An exonym, name of a place or region or word derived from it. The topic. I can go all the way down for the definitions it has for name. See if I can scan through this. Born, used before the maiden name. Name only given or having the official title, but not real power, as with the figurehead or ruler. Like I was saying, there are certain people that carry certain names and they should be embodying a certain energy, but they may not have learned the lessons or gone through certain things, either due to being, fed with a silver spoon, or maybe they got certain things and titles passed down the bloodline and they didn't actually go through certain lessons or the things that most of us have to struggle through in order to accumulate such a title or such an energetic frequency. Okay, what else we got here? Subordinate, inferior, occupying a lower position, one who stands in rank power below another, to place a lower in order or to rank. So somebody that may very well be using their energies or their names given to create some sort of hierarchy. So let's say you're in a business and there's one name like Forbes or something like that, or Wilson or something like that, and which one holds better ranking, even though one works harder than the other. So this may pertain to you. This may be a message for you, okay? So regardless of whatever you're going through, just make sure that you love you. Hopefully this helps.